Sounds good. While we're waiting for people, I'm just gonna go fill up my water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Is everyone here? 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to mess around with the screen.
I cannot hear nothing.
Hey guys.
I think we're just waiting on Ian, right?
Hear me?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel so bad you're hungry, Angeli. I'm sorry. I don't know if she can hear us. Oh, she can't hear.
Can you guys hear me just fine?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Send the link to the I'll send it to him.
Okay.
Hold
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
I can't hear you guys though. Oh, no, hold on. Let me get off and go back in.
Okay.
Okay. I sent Ian the links.
I don't know why I can't hear anything.
Is your mic or are you muted on your computer? Oh wait, she can't hear me.
Wait. I think I can hear you guys now. Say something.
Woo!
Okay, I can hear you.
Yay.
Okay, so hi Ian.
Okay. Let me see.
Everybody's here, right?
Yeah, I think everyone's here.
You guys hear me okay?
I don't see you, Ian.
I do not see you either.
Here you are.
Why is
Okay.
everything so complicated?
All right. See us all now.
Okay, so we've only got like what 40 minutes, so maybe we can. I think that's enough time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because it says I was reading through the directions, and it says 1 speaker, 1 listener, 2 observers. Well, we've got 5, so 3 observers, and you will switch roles until everyone has been in each role. So both speaker and listener will need cameras available. And then it's got the checklist too. So who wants to be a speaker and who wants to be a listener first?
I can do the speaker one first.
Okay, I'll be the listener.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So everybody else can just.
I'm sorry, I'm pulling up the directions right now.
Oh, you're fine.
No, it's okay. It's kind of like confusing in a way, so we'll work through it though.
Yeah, I'm just like gonna make up a problem.
Yeah, is this
be
being
real.
recorded? Maybe
Yeah.
easier to answer. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. All right, so it might be easier if the 3 observers like mute themselves, and then you guys can also take your cameras away maybe, so then it's easier to see like me and Jess's reactions. I don't know.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
So you are speaker and I'm listener.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just like coming to you with a problem.
I think so. And I think I'm trying to see. So a door opener,
Yeah,
like
so I'm like sad. I'm like,
you seem troubled.
I am, Jess. I'm having some trouble right now. Just with the situation at home. Me and my boyfriend have a dog, and we're just like kind of talking about different ways of how to train it, and we're kind of butting heads about it. It's kind of driving me crazy.
Well, you're more than welcome to talk to me if you want. I understand what you're going through with some things like that, so I'm more than willing to listen to you.
That would be awesome. I think I just really need to like get stuff off my chest. So, I don't know, like we're having trouble with like when we're trying to get the dog to stop doing something. I like take the dog away from doing what it's doing and try to scold it, and he tries to take it away using a treat. So I feel like that's kind of like making the dog think that if you do something bad, you're going to get rewarded for it. So that's just, I don't really know how to like bring it up to him and, like tell him that I think that the way he's going about training the dog isn't the correct way to do it.
Do you have any ideas of what you would like to do?
I mean, so far I've kind of just been like doing what I've been doing the whole time and kind of like scolding the dog and hoping that that will rub off on the actions that he's doing, but it's not really having that much of an effect. So I guess I should probably say something to him about it.
I think
But
that's all we're supposed to do.
yeah.
That's actually
Is that
not bad.
okay?
Okay.
All right. So you guys all else, everybody else want to jump back on and give opinions on how that went?
Um, I'm gonna, okay. It went well.
I mean, I think
I don't know.
just like not really telling me what to do, and I know that's something that was just reflective listening. He wasn't like suggesting, hey, you should do this. He was just like, well, what do you think we should do about it? And nodding while I was talking. So
It pushed for more critical thinking than anything else, leading you to your own decisions.
right.
I really, when I was like trying to listen, I was like, okay, take a 3-second pause before I say something. And
Yeah.
just see if she has anything else to say before I jump in.
Yeah. I noticed that. That was probably a good thing to do.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that prompted you, like you said, to critically think.
Yeah. Rather than just like have you give me a quick solution type of thing.
Yeah. And I think that puts buy-in on your part too. Like, so if it was like a real problem, you're more likely to say, okay, well, I came up with this, so that's better than her telling me what to do. Okay.
All right.
You want to switch?
Sure.
Okay. I'm just thinking that way we got 2 on camera, and then we'll switch to 2 more. Sound good?
Yeah. Is that okay with you guys?
So wait, so we're just coming up with our own problem, right?
Yeah, it's
I
either
made
your own made-up problem or like a real one that you have.
Yeah, it just says in the instructions, everyone must come to the meeting with a problem they want to talk about, can be real or made up.
Okay.
If Jess has one, then we can just switch, and if you don't have one yet, you can come up with one while we're kind of like doing our thing.
Okay.
All right. All right, Jess, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay. I gotta look at my problem.
All right. Let's see.
All right. So I'm just really upset that there's. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to give you a door opener. I was
Oh.
going to say, Jess, you look like you need to talk about something.
Yeah, it's just work is really ticking me off because I've got 2 teachers that they just don't listen and they do whatever they want, even though I have told them that, hey, this is what district has to have you do, but you can do it in your own way. And then they argue with each other, thinking that they're better than what the other person's doing, and it's a huge issue because they don't listen. They argue. They bicker back and forth. They're really just like anti try anything new. And so I'm stuck at where I need what I need to do with them and how to approach them.
Gotcha. So you're upset because you kind of feel like you're at your wit's end with the situation and you kind of need to find like a new way maybe to approach it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to approach it, so I guess this is when I would have to either do some research or seek out somebody who's approached the same situation and see what they did and see how they managed to manage the situation and actually have the teachers comply and do what's needed, but then at the same time stop bickering.
Right. That makes sense. So is it the bickering part that's like really getting to you? Or is it just the fact that like you're not able to communicate well with them because of their bickering?
I think it's the latter. I think because they just don't stop, I can't communicate with them and I can't get in there and do my job. So for that alone, it's kind of like, what do I do? How do I get them to listen to me? Especially when they just don't stop. So I think you're right. So I think I need to find a way to get them to actually have better communication skills. So then that way I can get in there and actually help them. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Okay.
All right. What does everybody else think?
I was like, it's hard like when you're in the moment, like I'm trying to think, I know that we're supposed to like use paraphrasing and all the different like reflective listening techniques. So I was trying to do the one with you that was like, how was it? Like you're feeling this way because of this. That whole thing that we talked about.
I like that you did that because I didn't do that to you, and I circled it on my paper. I was like, oh no, I forgot number 2. I did it in that type of format. So I think that was a good idea.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
Yeah, I mean, I think leaving it just kind of open like that, a little more natural, kind of progresses things along. So I don't think anybody's really going to be going through and moving off in real conversations. So just kind of trying to pick it out of real conversations, I think, was awesome.
Okay, sweet.
All right.
Well, we'll back out and let y'all take over.
I can go with the problem.
I'll be a listener.
Okay. Mine's not super hard, probably one everybody's kind of gone with. So I guess I'll just start it. So we've got a new guy showed up to work. He's fairly new. He's been reassigned to us. He's higher on the military organization. He's of higher rank, but technically he's more senior. But he's really not looking after team dynamics in the way he's going about dictating things. He's kind of ruffling some feathers.
Sounds like you're frustrated because it doesn't sound like he's listening too well.
Yes. I know that's not a yes or no question. Yeah, a little frustrated because there's no real. He hasn't sat down and really talked to anybody. He's kind of we were given a joint project. He kind of just rolled in like a steamroller and kind of, well, this needs to change, this needs to change, this needs to change, not realizing how much work has gone into it. So, yeah, a bit frustrated.
What bothers you the most, the fact that he's not being a team player or that he's not willing to learn a different way? Is there something in there that you can work to your advantage?
I think probably not the team player aspect right now. I mean, that is an issue and it does hurt me a little deep down. But just that he's not looking at other ways to go about interacting with people. He's not watching body language. He's not really seeing the body language from the outgoing guy that he's replacing. I think it's kind of like, ugh. This is probably not going to go well, kind of thing. So yeah, I think something to work of advantage in there. That I don't really know yet. I don't know well enough to be able to maybe throw some suggestions in there or anything, just to kind of nonchalantly go, well, maybe think about this, maybe think about that. But definitely something to keep in mind. I think that's about good. Yeah?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought it was good because you walked down the path to I think like Jessica was saying earlier, or Tara, just the buy-in of you had me create a solution to it, you didn't suggest. What do you guys think?
I think
you
that's
guys
good. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying same thing as you. I thought they did a good job.
I think that as we go on with this, we're actually seeing the differences and seeing more of the steps that we can add to it. Because with each round, I think it's getting better and better and better and better. But it's like what was said in one of our first classes, that it just takes practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like tough to like sit there and like try to come up with something to say where you're not trying to solve the person's problem for them, because like I feel like that's just what everybody does naturally. You just want to be like, well, just do this, like that would be easy, and rather than that, but actually like just letting them talk and just listening.
I think also it depends on the situation as well, because sometimes we don't know what to say for that particular situation. So that plays a big part of, I guess, like communicating and kind of like getting to know what to say, how to respond to that person. But yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, just want to stop?
Okay.
Cool.
What are we doing?
Oh, I was just swapping.
Oh, okay.
So I've got this problem at work. I have a facility that has a permit and it's a farm, but all the neighbors are complaining because of the odors, which is something that I don't regulate. Not really sure how to approach this one.
Yeah, that is kind of a vexing. What kind of complaints are the neighbors, besides just the odor? I mean, at the particular times of the day, or I mean, what are they saying?
Well, because of the odors of the manure spreading and some of the dust from the trucks, which is nothing that my program regulates. However, I want to be able to get this facility back into a position where they're better neighbors again.
Has anybody at the facility, brought up the problem to you or their side of the story?
A little bit, because they tried moving the spreading to during the day when they thought most people would be at work. However, there's a lot of Amish in the area too, which kind of presents a problem. I'm not really sure if maybe earlier morning hours would be a better solution when everybody's still kind of getting up and getting ready and not really functioning outside too much yet. Or if later in the evening after everybody's had dinner and they're kind of staying inside for a while. Thinking maybe that would be a better solution.
Yeah. Where's your gut tell you? What I go with? What does your gut tell you?
I'm thinking maybe the morning hours, because if there's somebody at night, they might be wanting to sit outside and enjoy the sounds of the frogs or watch the fireflies. Whereas early in the morning, still people aren't really functioning without their coffee.
That's very good. That is a good point right there. Coffee is definitely something necessary in the mornings, and you're grumpy without it. Yeah. Yeah. So I live out in farm country too, and that's definitely a problem. We've got horses, we've got a spread as well, and they make all sorts of odd things.
This is actually something that I have going on at work right now too.
Yeah.
This facility has over 1,000 cows.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's a tough problem. That's a tough problem.
It is a tough problem.
Yeah. then you kind of would take it as like, well, you know, there's the benefit to the community, but then, you know, what are the negatives? And yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think that went well.
Yeah, I think there's a couple. I felt just thinking back on what I did. I don't know if it's my nature or whatnot, but I felt I was trying to solve the problem a little too much, and I had to take a step back really quick. And I kind of felt I was doing that. But.
I could see like your wheels turning, but I feel like that's happening with all of us because like you really have to think like not to say, oh well, maybe I don't know. Like you really have to actively think about what you're about to say.
It's kind of forced to have to second guess what we're saying and make sure what we're trying to say is actually what's coming out.
Right. All right. So usually, I guess you still have to do both. So somebody will have to go twice. Does anybody care?
I don't care. I don't mind.
Okay. Which one do you want to do first, Angeli? Would you rather do a problem or listening?
I'll be the problem. Well, I'll do the problem part.
Okay.
All right. So.
You want to listen, Jess? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'll be the listener.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool. Okay. Oh my gosh. Me and my sister is like fighting all the time. Well, like she doesn't want to really listen to me. Like I want to talk to her about a certain situation, but she keeps avoiding it. And I feel like I can't talk to her. Like I feel like I'm ignored and I don't know what to do, how to come about it, how to tell her how I feel because she's just an aggressive person.
Well, I see that you're really annoyed, and if you would like to talk to me about it, you're more than welcome to. I mean, I have a sister too, so I know things can kind of escalate.
I know, but she doesn't want to listen to me. So it's like, what to do? Like, I don't know what to do about the situation. Like, she just, every time I want to talk to her, she's just walking away. She doesn't want to listen to me. She's like, I don't want to hear it. So I'm just annoyed at this point.
Well, what could you do to not feel the way you do right now? Like what's something that you think you could do to help yourself instead of worrying about her?
I guess my thing is maybe trying to approach her differently because maybe the way I'm approaching her might be a way of her just reacting the way she do, maybe, right? I think.
Okay. I'm like, okay.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, that's.
I think that was fine. I mean, you did really well with that.
What do you guys think? Yeah, I mean, I think it's really good. There's you saw a lot of the emotion. I want to use the right term. Reflecting feelings. There we go. So you kind of put the ball back in her court. Describe kind of more for herself. And let her think through the problem set. I like that a lot.
A lot more inner reflection.
Yeah. For some reason, guys, my camera is on, but I like can't see myself or any of you guys. So I'm gonna hop off and get back on really quick. I don't know why it's not working.
Mine just went that way too, so I don't know either.
All right, because this happened to me a couple times during the lecture. Like I know that my camera's on because the green light is on, but I can only see Angeli and Jess, and I can't see me or anybody else. So I'm just gonna hop off, and hop back on really quick.
Okay.
Okay.
When she comes back, you want to switch?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you still see me or no?
No.
No.
Something's going on. You can see my screen now. Can you see me now?
No.
I feel
Oh,
like that
wait.
Okay.
Sprint or Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now?
I can see Tara.
Yeah, I hopped off and hopped back on, and now I can see all you guys and I can see myself. So I don't know what happened, but
Okay. I still can't see anybody. So
I just
maybe
I just X'd out and re-clicked the link and like logged back in, and it fixed it. So if you want to try that, that might help.
I'm recording it, so I don't know if I want to risk it.
Oh yeah. Well, you can be an observer anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Does anybody else have a problem? Any photos?
I'm trying to think of one.
Yeah, me too.
I thought of one. All right. So Angela, you want to be a listener for my problem?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So my friend started dating this guy that I really don't like, and I'm really having trouble with telling her how I feel, and I don't even know if it's my place, and I really just don't know what to do in this situation.
You seem a bit confused there. Is it, I mean,
I am confused. I'm kind of like even kind of conflicted just because I don't know what to say to her, and even if I should say anything, because it might not be my place, but she's one of my best friends, and there's nothing really wrong with him. He just kind of rubs me the wrong way, and I don't really know how to tell her how I feel, and if she would get mad at me if I told her. So I don't know, I'm just kind of conflicted.
well, do you want to tell her? Because if you do, then I think you, I think I just did that.
I mean, part of me wants to tell her just because, like, she's my best friend, and I kind of want her to know that, this guy just doesn't seem good for her. But the other part of me doesn't want to tell her just because I don't want it to become a fight. I don't want to have like a conflict with her over this. But I don't know. I guess that's where my confusion lies.
Well, what other way can you approach her about it without kind of bashing her boyfriend in a way?
I don't know. I guess I could probably like ask her questions about like who she sees herself ending up with, like what type of person she wants to be with in the long run, and rather than have it like focus on him, maybe focus it on like her future in general, and that kind of thing. That might be a good way to approach it.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see. Is there another way you feel about the situation other than how you feel right now, or how do you feel now that you're kind of releasing that feeling that you had?
It definitely feels better to talk about it, and like to kind of know that I can probably talk to her about it, not so much in like an indirect way, but not like you said, like not really focusing it on the guy, but like I can kind of ask her questions about herself and like who she sees herself with, like what type of person she sees herself with, and maybe she could draw those comparisons on her own. I think that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It's so awkward. I don't know. It's just so funny.
It's kind of hard without like putting my 2 cents in it, because I've kind of had a lot of, like, I tried to not put the way how I feel you should approach the situation, but kind of like so that I'm listening to you in a way.
Right.
But that was kind of hard.
Yeah, it is. It's really difficult when you think about it. Or yeah, I don't know. I guess we all kind of had that same point where, as we're like, we are really listening, and then you have to really also think.
Right. Because like it's different when you're actually in that situation. Like for me, like if I was just the observer, I would have just been like, okay, whatever. Like me being the person to respond makes it even like harder for me.
Yeah, it does.
Guys think.
I think too, like, I like when you said, because for so many people we're taught not to be like, but I think in this situation, it actually really gives that chance for the other person to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you turned it around and asked her if there was a different way you could feel about the situation.
Nice.
I think we did a pretty good job, guys.
Yeah, I think so
It's
too.
like a lot harder than it sounds.
It's very hard since it's very non-organic and very forced. Yeah, I think it was an amazing job.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, and you know what? It's our first one, so I think we did pretty decent.
I think
Very
so
much
too.
good.
So, Jess, since you're the organizer and you recorded it, will it send you like a file so that you can send us all the recordings to go back and kind of look at it before we do our write-up?